Hello, everyone. It's Toni Rodriguez here. Welcome to Bubble Talk, the Facebook Live show that talks about fitness, fashion, and lifestyle. And today is episode 15. Can you believe it, you guys? We are at episode 15. I have an amazing show lined up for you today with an amazing guest, Rachel Baum. I'm going to introduce her in a second. I have to give you my two sponsors before we get started on this amazing chat. First, primary care. Listen, you guys, I know a lot of you out there are like me. I'm a realtor, a dance teacher. I'm a 1099 employee. I pay an absorbent amount for insurance premiums, right? Try this link. It's in the description. Mention Bubble Talk, and you will get 50% off your initial enrollment fee. Listen, I pay $99 a month. That's it. $99 a month, and I'm 51 years old. You guys got to check this out. You're going to save a ton of money, and my doctor is premier. Amazing. So check out First Primary Care. That's my first sponsor. Thank you to them. Second is Planet Beach Kingwood, here with Tracy Me in our beautiful, beautiful place here that she allows us to come every Tuesday at 6 p.m. to film this show. So those are my two sponsors. And here we are. Rachel Baum, welcome to the show.
Yay! Awesome. Thank you. I love being here.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We started this pre-show chat and then we got interrupted because we realized we need to go and we got to be on the show. But it was amazing. Listen, she has 8. I put 7 children in the description. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. She has 4 boys and 4 girls. 8 children. Yeah. Oh my, to say right now is oh my.
My dream team.
So, Rachel, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm going to let you do a self-introduction because she is pretty darn incredible, people. Like, everything that she does blows me away. And I'm kind of in awe of you right now. You know, she's close to my age. Do you mind if I tell people your age? She's 49.
Hello. Almost there.
Love
Centric girl here.
Yeah, love me some close to the 50-year-olds, right? Okay, so go ahead, Rachel. I'm going to let you take it away.
Thanks so much. Well, I'm excited to be here with Toni, and I watched a couple of her shows, and so I really feel privileged to be here and excited to share a little bit about me. Of course, I am a mother of 8 children. Yes, I've had all 8 of them. A lot of people ask me that.
It's incredible.
And, you know, people have asked me, why do I have 8 kids? And my husband and I, you know, we got married 2 weeks after we got married. We moved here to Houston, Texas. I started physical therapy school, and he started University of Houston Engineering School. So we were super poor. We lived, we didn't even have a mattress. We drove whatever we had in our 2 cars and slept on, you know, the floor, didn't have, you know, a microwave, we didn't have anything. But so one thing we decided though is I wanted to be a therapist, he wanted to be an engineer, and we wanted to have 8 kids. And so that's really, we decided that when we got married. He just has one sister. His parents divorced when he was young. My family, on the other hand, I come from 12 children. I have a twin sister. Molly. And we are the youngest of 12 children. And
so you just love the idea of having a huge family.
Yeah. I have great teachers. I've had, you know, of course, my parents. My mom will be 90, and she's been an amazing teacher. I've had really great teachers in my life, my siblings, and of course, my husband as well. So yeah, so of course, I'm a physical therapist now. He's an electrical engineer, and we have a few businesses of our own. We've been really poor before, so
not going back.
Yeah, not going back.
We're not going back.
When we started our own businesses, of course, because we have a large family, and so my husband found he could spend a lot of time at home if he had his own business, you know, have that flexibility. And he, you know, he's been there. He's been one of the best husbands and fathers. And
I love hearing all this. Wait,
so
welcome to the Rachel Baum Show.
A lot to my husband. You know, one of the things he loves learning. So he loves fitness, even though he's not that fit because he sits in front of the computer all day, but he loves learning. And so he always shares those things with me. And so I take it to heart. I try and put it in practice, and we make a good team. So,
well, I want people to know, I mean, she's fascinating, but I want people to know how you got started in weight training. Like, I'm blown away. I told you, I know little to nothing about weight. We do resistance training as a dance instructor, a dance teacher my whole life, right? So our training is very, very different. But I was telling her that when I was running for Miss Texas, every time you win like Miss Houston or Miss Southeast, you win these packages and you get to work with these trainers. And I had a very short stint with several trainers, and they were all weightlifters, and they said they were going to transform my body in a very short period of time, like 3 months, and had me lifting all this crazy weight. But I had no idea why I was doing it, what the benefits were. I mean, I was young, I was 20, and I wish I could go back and have really been more in tune. Yeah. But I mean, I was a flighty 20-year-old. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. Right. So tell me a little bit about how you got started in weight.
Well, thank you for asking. So I've been an athlete growing up, and in high school, I had a devastating knee injury, and I was in crutches. I was hoping to take state my senior year. I was in crutches and graduated on crutches and gained a lot of weight. So I was pretty overweight and kind of miserable about myself. And I went to physical therapy that summer and realized that physical therapy wasn't just for handicapped people, it was also for athletes. And it was really amazing. I started strengthening my body and doing strength training. That's what my therapist started me doing. I loved it so much. Of course, I became a physical therapist.
I was going to say, was that where it started?
But not necessarily, because after I had my second baby, I was talked into doing a bodybuilding competition by my husband. So, of course, yeah, my husband, was
way to go, hubbies. Yeah. I love supportive men in your life.
But the reason also is we went to a bodybuilding competition. And so this is for all you women out there who have had kids. You don't have to be fat if you have kids. Fat, doesn't mean if you have a lot of kids, you're going to get fat. So this bodybuilding competition, the woman that won was 40 years old, and I saw her on stage, and I was like, wow, look at her serratus anterior. It's like her six pack. It was amazing, and she had 4 kids, and that just blew me away. I had just had my second child. And what was interesting is after the show, I saw her in street clothes, and I double took. I was like, is that the woman that won the whole show? She won the whole show. And I would have never known. She was shorter than I was in street clothes. You would have never known that she was a bodybuilder. I mean, and so women that think they're going to get really big and muscular, you don't. When you lift weights, you actually strengthen your bones, strengthen your body. You have a lot more energy than you think, and your metabolism's higher, so you actually burn more calories. So, a lot of women think if they're going to lift weights that they're going to get big and muscular and look like a man, but that's just not true.
Let's tell them. We're chatting a little bit in the pre-show about, she and I were talking, comparing ages, right? And how we get a lot of people that ask us, what's the magic serum, or what do you eat, or you must live in the gym, you must be a gym rat, or you must have great genes, right? I mean, we get this a lot. But I was telling you what I attribute my I don't want to say success, my fitness journey to eating. It's a combination for me. It's eating healthy, it's exercising every day, it's stretching every day in some form or fashion. Yeah. I think that is what has oxygenated my muscles and kept me youthful, my skin, my bones, my flexibility. Yeah. Do you feel that way too? Do you feel like you attribute the way you look, and you're beautiful, by the way, but the way you look and how I feel it in my posture and my gait, how I walk. Yeah. Everybody sits up, right? Everybody out there just sat up. But I feel that it is attributed to that. Do you feel that way about your fitness and about your lifestyle and about your weight training?
For sure. So, I've had ups and downs because I also had miscarriages. And so, you gain a little bit of weight when you're pregnant. And a lot of people think if you're pregnant, you have to eat for 2. I never believe that. You don't really have to eat so much. And people let themselves go. And, I never really felt comfortable doing that. So, so I've had ups and downs, and I know what it's like after I have a baby. I usually gain weight after because of breastfeeding. And I even asked Keith Klein, who's a nutritionist.
Yeah, I know Keith.
Yeah, he's awesome. And some women have higher prolactin levels, so it makes it harder for them to lose weight. So I usually lost weight after I stopped breastfeeding. So I was trying to be patient with myself because I always had a little more extra weight because I wanted to breastfeed. I breastfed my kids until they're almost a year old. And so that's something I had to learn, how to be patient with myself, not being as fit as I wanted to be, but I never let myself get out of control. Yeah. And so I still exercise. regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Now having a large family, I got busier and busier, right?
Sure.
We start the day at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Well, tell me what your day's
So-
like. I'm just curious. I mean, I know
So-
what my day's like. I only have one at home. I can't even imagine having 8 and what your day must be like.
Yeah.
So I know everybody's curious out there. Before we start, Tracy, hi, Tracy Meath. She's the owner here at Planet Beach Kingwood. She's watching. Sabi, how are you? Marisela, that's my cousin. She said, hey, what's the best weight-based exercise for the back of the legs?
For the hamstrings or the calf muscles?
Hamstrings or calves? Marisela, if you're out there. She's my cousin. By the
Hi,
way,
Marisela.
she's from Katy, Cinco Ranch, Katy, Texas. Okay, let us know. We'll answer it.
Yeah,
We're
sure,
going to do
I'd
some
love to.
question and answers there at the end.
Love to. Yeah.
So
yeah.
your day starts at 5.
Yeah, our kids go to a Bible study before school when they become a high schooler, freshmen, all through their 4 years. So they go to Bible study 5:30 to 6:30 before school starts. So we start early. It's a good way for them to start the day, having a little bit of God in their life first. It really helps them kind of stay focused on things. That makes a big difference for our whole family. So they do that.
Now, do you go collectively or individually?
No, just high schoolers
Just
go.
the high
But the last 2 years I had 3 high schoolers at once. So 3 of my kids. So I actually do things in shifts. I make breakfast 3 times.
Holy guacamole. Breakfast 3 times.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, and they get sick of certain things, and I'm like, sometimes it's just a smoothie. I'm sorry, but I never let them go out without eating, because I think eating something helps get their brain started, and it's very important for them to start with something. So I do that, but then I have to get kids off to 5 different schools. So it's a little tricky, and thank goodness my husband is super helpful. Sometimes he travels, but once I have a driver in the family, that's been really helpful. So you just kind of, kids help each other. My kids know that they love each other, and so they help each other,
So you set like a regimen. You kind of all just say, hey, this is going to be your responsibility, and you kind of delegate.
Yeah.
Because you do have an army with aid, right? I mean, so you're like this is your responsibility. I mean, we were 4, but that's how my parents raised us. You knew that what I was supposed to do, and everybody else, dishes on one night, the other sister, my brother, everybody took turns, and we got it all done.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes kids nowadays are super high maintenance and have higher expectations. And we are expected to do much more. And I was like, I don't know how my mom did it with 4, or my grandmother with 7, and now here you with 8. She's my new role model. Like that. I mean, that's incredible. I think it's beautiful that people have true convictions, and that when you and your husband met, they made this personal decision to have 8 children. That I love. And the fact that you followed through, because a lot of people are dreamers, and a lot of people talk about a lot of stuff they want to do, but never really follow through. And I'm in awe when people tell me, this is what we were thinking in our 20s, and here we are later in our 40s, and we were successful. I mean, that's really blows me away.
Well, I want to say something, because my husband, of course, he's very intelligent, and he helps us with the learning part. He's a great teacher, and I'm like the implementer. You know what I mean? So we make a really good team. But we've discussed a lot, and we've kind of come up with a family mission statement that we talk about with our kids. But I was thinking about, why don't people follow through? Like, imagine if if you did what you were supposed to do when you're supposed to be doing it. We tell our kids this, even when you don't feel like doing it, so that comes to exercise and fitness, so when my kids are at seminary in the morning, we go to the gym, and it's only 30 minutes or so, but the strength training is super effective for that. So we kind of manage time for that. But imagine if you this has to do with willpower. If you think of your future self,
like that's what I want to look like, or that's how I want to be. Okay?
Like the decisions you make now affect who you're going to be. And so you're where you're at, and you can look back and thank your past self, because you stuck to what you wanted to do. Just, you're exercising every day, how you eat, and you have that vision of yourself. I can see you've had that, you know what I mean? Like
absolutely,
what your decisions make affect how you're going to be. And a lot of people that think they don't have willpower, well, they don't think about who they're trying to become a lot of times.
No, I think people think that when they turn 40 or 50, am I right? You guys chime in, please. They think when you're 40, 50, I'm done. I'm going downhill now. I don't really think about myself. That's selfish. I just think about my family and my husband. and that blows me away. You have to think about yourself because you're a role model. You're setting your family up. Like you're the queen of the house, and they should see you holding yourself as such, that you are the queen. And I don't mean a queen with a real crown. I mean, if you want to wear a real crown in your house, I guess you can. But what I mean is, I want my children to respect me. You want your children to respect you and respect authority and respect an adult, right? That's important in their life. Yeah. But that she takes care of herself and that she values herself enough to eat healthy, to exercise. And I even tell my grandson this, but I tell my sons this all the time. I want to be around for a long time. I want to play with my great grandchildren. I want to run a marathon when I'm 70. And they're looking at me like, Mom, you're being silly. I said, no, y'all are laughing, but I'm being absolutely 100% serious. Yeah. Like I could run a marathon when I'm 70. Why couldn't I? I've been running for, 15 years. Like I can outrun probably my son now. I don't know. I mean, he's in track now at Woodlands High School, so I better not say that. Yeah. I'll be like, Mom, I'm sorry. No, don't ever say that. So I didn't mean to go down the rabbit hole, but I am going to mention something. This is really important. This is why it's so important for me to talk about fitness. Okay. Not only is she completely credible and owns a company called ilivetolive.com. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But weight training has been proven to reverse, not improve, reverse osteoporosis, people. Yeah. And do you know what that is? That's when you lose the bone density after the age of 40, right? Is that what you were saying?
That's right.
So go ahead and do that explanation for us about how at the age of 40, what happens.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. So women, I learned this actually when I was in physical therapy school almost 23 years ago. And I'm so glad I had a friend tell me this. And so we read the book together. It's a book called Strong Women Stay Young. And I have referred to it a few times with the Joe Orsak show. But so women after the age of 40 lose 1% of their bone density every year because of hormone changes. So you can imagine after a certain period of time, you're going to be susceptible to having fractures. I had a patient just accidentally trip and fall, and she broke her.
That's why we're brittle. That's why we get brittle as we get older.
Yeah, and she worked, so she was out of work. She had to have surgery, and it was just a simple fall. So her dog knocked her over. So, I mean, I have a dog too. So you think about those
yes, things. I did. Like Marsha, my friend out there, Marsha, Merrill, she broke her wrist, tripped over her dog.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
So little do you know that your bone density is actually decreasing because your hormones are decreasing as you age. So, you go to the doctor, they'll give you some vitamin D supplements. They'll tell you to take calcium. If you get an DEXA scan, which tests your bone density, and they say, well, you have a little bit of osteoporosis, they tell you just to take some supplements. They really
Eat
don't
spinach, take some meds. Yes. You're supposed to be fine.
But did you know you can actually reverse, which is not just stop it from getting worse, you're actually improving your bone density. So the studies that they did with the Strong Women Stay Young study, just 3 times a week, 20 minutes of strength training. Now this is resistive training. It's not just, doing 1 pound weights or something like that. It's
actually not walking with weights on your wrist
or on your ankles. Although that's helpful, but it's not the same. But in 1 year, the women that did just 20 minutes 3 times a week, they increase their bone density 3%. So that's like reversing 3 years of aging.
Wow.
So that's actually increasing your bone density. So that's really significant. And if women just would continue to do that, I have a quick story. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday. We were cycling together, and she's an athletic trainer, but just met her because we were cycling together. She said, my father, he is a football defensive coach, and he does all the strength training for the college football team, and he has lifted weights every day. Like he made his kids when growing up lift weights. It was so important. And he's 71. He has been diagnosed. He got diagnosed 15 years ago with a really rare neurological disease. And I've had patients of mine that have had this, and they usually die within 3 to 5 years. It's called parasupranuclear palsy, and he's had it for over 15 years. Incredible. And he's 71 and he's still doing fine. So he attributes that to strength training. So you don't know really the effects, how helpful it can be. Plus, women, they just need it, and you feel more confident and stronger.
And I think that's the whole premise. it's not vanity. I mean, yeah, we do enjoy the way we fit in our clothes and shopping much more when you're in your ideal weight. But I think that people think it's pure vanity, and it's not. Being healthy and being fit is not pure vanity. Being healthy and being fit, it's about taking care of you. It's about taking care of you inside and outside. And that is so vital and so important. You know, a lot of people just juice and starve themselves. And what's the new thing? The new fad is the
keto.
Yeah, where they don't eat for X amount of fasting and all this stuff just to lose weight quickly because they just want a quick fix for the wedding or for some reunion. And that's not what the kind of thing we're talking about here. We're talking about truly being committed to changing your lifestyle and your health for not just you, but the benefit of people who love you and care about you, like your children, like your significant other. I think you think better. I think you produce more productively and more positive. Your energy's different. I mean, I know that my kids see it. I know because I live with my son. He sees it and he's like, you know, Mom, I feel better. I feel stronger. I run faster. I run farther, you know, when I eat X, Y, Z. And I'm like, it all goes hand in hand, you know, and then he feels great. Yeah. He gets up early. He's ready to rock and roll. When he becomes lethargic, when he eats certain things and then he loses sleep because he stayed out too late or whatever, it's all a negative. Yeah. So I want to encourage people to get on that positive lifestyle and that positive regimen of taking care of you, making you, you know, not necessarily the first thing in the morning, but making you a priority in your day. Yeah. And so, and you said at 7, you guys usually hit the gym, even if it's for 30 minutes or so.
5:30. Yeah. When our kids go off.
Oh, when they go to Bible study. Yeah. Okay.
But, you know, you brought up a good point about just teaching your kids. Like my son's doing my program, you know, he's out of state. He lives out of state. And he says he feels so much better, you know, he's at the gym strength training. And he's able to follow my program, which I'm super excited about because he's not here. I actually started training my 18-year-old who's going off to college because she hasn't asked to be in the gym. She does running and other things, but I was like, oh my goodness, you need to know how to go to the gym and lift weights all by yourself and not with me. You know? So I've been training her the last month, which actually is so much fun because I mean,
teenage girls are right. I train.
Yeah, I'm dying already because I'm going to miss her so much. Like she's my first girl leaving.
To leave, yeah.
And so, but at the gym we have so much fun. Like you know,
my sons would hide under would never go to the gym with me. Never. I probably could not pay them to get in the gym with me.
Well, it's been fun. That's what has been so much fun, and that's how I felt with each of my kids. You know, I've done things with them as you mentioned, as a family. We've done, you know, races together. I ski with my sons. I've taken them skiing because I grew up skiing. We zip line. We do fun things, fly planes, airplanes together. But we exercise
She's
together.
A pilot,
so
by the way, you guys. Amongst her physical therapy and her bodybuilding and raising 8 children, she's a pilot. Well, that's insane.
Having a family helps you. You know, you learn the most important things from your family. You know, because they're the closest to you, and so you learn through mistakes a lot of times. But
because you're not perfect, we don't want to give that persona that we don't make mistakes.
Yeah, you can come to my house and see. You know, it's a mess a lot of times. So if you want to come, I tell my friends, if you want to come to see me, then you can show up at the time. But if you want to come see my house, then you better call in advance. You know?
Yeah, my son today brought a friend home, and hey Kayla, hey Thomas, if you're out there, and he's like, hey Mom, we're going out to eat. I forgot my wallet. It comes and gets his wallet, and I don't even say excuse the house anymore. I used to say that, you know, when people would walk in, I'd go, excuse the house. Now I'm just like, hey, come on in, you know, like I have, you know, 3 social media platforms, a Facebook Live show. I'm a realtor. I'm a dance teacher. I'm a this, I'm a that. I can't be the perfect housekeeper.
Right.
I mean, we're just, and he's got a ton of activities and he's really active. So I'm like, you know, just some things have to give. And unfortunately, sometimes it's the laundry that's still on the couch in the living room. I mean, it's just
exactly me. Just so you know,
I mean, you know,
that
would probably drive most people crazy, and for me, it'll be there when I get home tonight. You know, so
you learn how to prioritize and, you know, decide what's the wrong thing to do because it's not important, you know, and focus on the most important thing, which is your family.
Let's talk about that. Did you hear that, audience out there, Bubble Talk audience? Hi, Mom. Mary Helen Martinez. She said, hello,
Hi.
I'm watching, and this is
Love
my
your
favorite subject.
Yay.
My mom is 77 years old and walks a mile every day, does yoga 3 times a week. She has overcome breast cancer twice, once at 40, once at 60. She's amazing. Has an energy level that eats really healthy. I mean, I learned it from her. She's the woman who inspired me in her battles with cancer and overcoming such a treacherous disease. Inspired me to run. We used to walk around Memorial Park, Mom. Remember that? I would take her after chemotherapy, and we'd see these, no offense to the old ladies, because now I'm one, but I'd watch these older women run past me, and my mom would say, you know, honey, you don't have to walk slow with me. If you want to go do a little light jog or run, you're young, you should go do it. I'm like, no, Mom, I don't want to leave you. So for a long time I would leave her. And then one day I was just like, I'm going to try it, you know? And so that's how, I mean, that's how I started running, you know, was watching my mom just fight through this really negative part of our lives. And she's amazing. And now, I mean, I see her now and she's like this resilient, by far strongest woman I've ever met in my life. And she's my mom. I just feel blessed that she's my mother. Is that who inspired you?
Yeah, my mom, you know, like I said, she had 12 children. Wow. So my youngest son, because I had the last kid of the family, was the 75th grandchild. And now she has over 105 great grandchildren, and she knows them all. She doesn't miss a birthday. She's just incredible. She'll be 90, and she just went to Germany with us this summer. And at 90,
come on, Mom, let's get on a plane. We're going to Germany.
I had breast cancer, but anyway. But yeah, my mom's inspired me. But I wanted to bring up something that you mentioned at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
Where you surround yourself with like-minded people or people that inspire you. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of women don't realize the power of a team, the power of another person, the power of a friend. And, you know, I've talked about that a little bit, and just, you know, the power of family, right? There's more of you, you're more accountable to each other. But if you feel like you don't have any willpower to exercise, or you know, diet, you're trying to diet, or you just don't know what to do, you know, look for somebody that is doing something that you admire, because you would be surprised how much they would enjoy working out with you. Or find somebody that's doing, you can find a friend at church, find somebody, because what happens is you're going to have a great relationship because they're helping you and you're helping them.
Absolutely.
That's always what happens, is generally you help each other. And so you both become successful at it together. Mm-hmm. And just like with you and your mom doing something. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a girlfriend ask me to run a marathon when I was 20. I didn't even know what a marathon was. Like, okay, let's do it. It was the Las Vegas marathon. I didn't even know what it was. 26 miles. Wow. Like, oh my goodness. But she just had the courage to ask me. I'm like, okay. And you know, since she asked me, I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll try my best. But
I think that's so vital.
Yeah. So don't underestimate what you can do to influence somebody else as well. Like, you know, those of you who are working out, why don't you look for somebody that maybe, you know, just invite people, invite your friends, invite your lady friends, like, hey, come do this with me. You know, let's learn this together. Let's learn how to weight train together. And, you know, some of you are going to the gym by yourself. Look for somebody that, you know, I've made posts because people at the gym are fun. You meet, like, I met this 75-year-old couple. Yeah. And they're at the gym every morning at 5:30 in the morning.
I know. I go to the same gym every day.
And they're so fun and friendly. So, yeah.
And I do a sip and stretch on Fridays with my friend Kelly Hardwick. Kelly, if you're out there watching, and we you know, meet like at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning after the kids go off to school. We drink our coffee. We stretch out by her amazing backyard, her swimming pool. We get our exercise in. We sit down and talk about business. Yeah. And my style and what upcoming events are coming. And I love the idea of evolving together. Yeah. I have my great support team here. You know, Randall Chestnut's also my boyfriend. He's amazing, very, very supportive. And he's, you know, top of his field, he's driven as well. So by surrounding yourself with people who are, like I said, like-minded, and you're right, you vibe off of each other's energy. You know, you got to get rid of the negative people in your life that are holding you back and telling you can't do something. And you need to start surrounding yourself with people who are going to be your biggest cheerleaders and your biggest support. in a positive way and help you to become whatever it is that you're truly, truly invested in wanting to be. Right. And I think people often say, oh, it's, good genes or lucky. This is nothing to do with luck. This has to do with being very focused, very driven, lots and lots of hard work, and surrounding yourself with people like you who you inspire me. And I hope in some way I inspire you.
Yeah, I love watching your show.
I think it's important, vitally important, that women get behind each other and really support each other.
Definitely.
And I think fitness training, I think weight training is very underestimated. I think people think that it's for bodybuilders, and it's not. That is a big misconception. I've learned that just sitting here for the last 30 minutes chatting with Rachel, is that it is for the longevity of you, for your life, and reversing the aging process. I mean, that I'm in to win it. When she said that, I was like, what? Toni Rodriguez is going to try to reverse something. Okay. Yeah. And if it means after I run 3 miles on my treadmill, I get over to the weights.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite her to come out to the Woodlands, because that's where I live, and let her train me. I would be so pumped to do that.
Love that. It would be super fun.
I'm so excited. So tell me about I Live to Live.
Okay. So that's one reason I did I Live to Live, because at the gym, it's a little intimidating over the weight section. They're all guys generally, and so, but after reading, this was 24 years ago in physical therapy school, reading about women with osteoporosis and not knowing how to do resistance training, that was back in the back of my mind. I did bodybuilding, but I Live to Live is for, I did videos. I filmed videos of how to do lifting at the gym, how to use the squat rack, how to do the bench press, how to do the equipment that looks so intimidating, but it's really not. And so I did some videos so that you can just look on the phone and see what to do. It's very simple. I also have the physical therapist part of me, an anatomical model displaying all the muscles, so you actually learn all the muscles of your body. It's very simple.
I'm gonna send some of my dancers there, because I think that it's important that as training dancers that about your body and muscles. Hey, listen, guys, before we wrap it up, we're going to do a question and answer. So any of you have questions, we'd love for you to comment, tell us the questions. I know my cousin earlier, Maricela, she was asking about exercises for the hamstrings, for the back of the legs.
Hamstrings.
Got to firm those hamstrings up, right, as we get older.
Yeah,
so what exercises would you recommend?
Okay, so this is going to sound really fun, but it's called straight-legged deadlift, and the deadlift is really, really good for your hamstrings.
Okay.
So it lives
that on your I Live to Live?
I have that demonstrated on
Okay.
there. I was lifting with a girlfriend just the other day, and she's 51, and she's amazing. I mean, she can lift more than a guy can lift, and she weighs 15 pounds less than I do. You would never know. She is so strong. And she was just saying how she liked my hamstrings. I mean, I'm not bragging, but
she has great hamstrings.
So
she has great everything. I mean,
said it's probably because you're doing a lot of deadlifting, right? I don't do a lot of it, but I do it once a week generally. So it's not that hard. I just want you to know it's a great way to strengthen your hamstrings. Plus, women need it more for their knee stability. A lot of women have knee injuries, ACL injuries, because they don't strengthen their hamstrings. So.
Hamstring strength for dancers is really, really important for us. Yep. And it's also the trouble area for us as we get older. That's the hardest part to keep firm. I know that for a fact. So you guys check it out. ilive2live.com with Rachel Baum. Listen, any other questions out there? My mom says yoga classes at the Y and Helotes are almost free. Almost free. So is that yes or no? And mom says I turned 78 on August 7th. Sorry, mom. Wow. I said she was 77. She said, Karen Gomez, how are you? She says, OMG, yes, I need to learn more about lifting. Yes. Karen, when she comes to the Woodlands, Karen Gomez is a realtor.
Sure, I would love it. Honestly, that would be so much fun.
That would be so cool. My sister says hi, Marissa. My sister's out there.
Hi, Marissa.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Any other questions that you have for her while we have her undivided attention? Now would be a great time to ask. I want to thank everybody for watching too, you guys. We really appreciate that. Hannah says, how are you guys so beautiful?
Oh,
thank you, Hannah. That was very sweet. You're
Thank
beautiful
you.
too. I'm looking at your picture right now. Okay. Okay, so
Thank you.
we want to thank
Beauty is helping other people.
yes, this is a beautiful experience.
Yeah,
I'm in awe of her, and I can't, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to end the show, but then I'm gonna get to stay and chat with her, maybe
Yeah.
get some more pointers. But so I want to thank Planet Beach Kingwood for allowing us to come here, Tracy Meath for allowing us. Thank you, Tracy, for allowing Bubble Talk to be here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. I want to thank First Primary Care for giving me the opportunity to have peace of mind at night when I sleep, to know that my medical needs are going to be met and I'm going to be well taken care of. For $99 a month, you guys, that is so important. Please check out the link in the description and check out First Primary Care. I want to thank Randall Chestnut. Randall Chestnut is a marketing strategist. He really, really knows, you guys, a lot about social media. If you have a business out there, you want it to grow, Randall Chestnut is the person that you need to contact. Check him out at randallchestnut.com. He's got, if you're a realtor, he's got this new thing that he just rolled out today. Go check it out. It's a way to like grow your clients, lead generation. I mean, it's $20. You guys got to go check this out. And if you're a realtor, you'd be selling on to purchase that. Okay, and where can they find you?
Yeah, so go to ilivetolive.com. I have a webinar in there you can look at. Just, really for as simple as less than $30 a month, you can start my program. And there's other packages if you want to stick with me and have personal private coaching. I would love to meet with you there. And for those Bubble Talk viewers today, if you want to just go to the website, you can sign up. I'll send you a free workout t-shirt. It's really fun.
Yay! Did you hear that? For Bubble Talk audience, you get a free workout t-shirt. I love that idea. I love t-shirts and workout tanks. And I'm going to also ask you to go to stretchyourlifestyle.com. My stretch videos right now are there for you. Listen, if it's not stretching, if it's not lifting weights, please invest in yourself. Find some form of exercise, some form of physical activity to take care of you. That's this whole idea and premise and mission.
Future self.
Think about your future self. I love that. Yeah. Think about your future self. We need a shirt that says that. Think about your future self. Yeah. Watch Bubble Talk. Continue to support fitness, fashion, and a positive lifestyle. It's just not about lifestyle. It's about being positive in the way you live and the way you handle yourself. You guys continue to stick to your regimens, your goals, be driven, have a purpose. We appreciate Rachel driving all the way from Pearland to be here with me. I feel so blessed to have met you. And I want you to wish you continued success.
Thank you.
And I want to thank all my friends out there. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Tuesday. Thank you to Bubble Talk audience, mom, sister, all my friends and family out there. Thank you.
Thank you.